And an aggressive play by Lahaina ends up being a turnover. 5:05 counting down here in our opening quarter. 5-3 Sabres with the early lead. Milan takes it along the baseline, got his shot blocked. Madera has it. I believe it was Talfa who got a hand on it.
Yeah, great weak side defense by Penny Talfa. Read the drive, came over, and just rejected that shot. Did a great job keeping it in play as well.
Vieira with it way out on the right wing for the Lahaina LUNAS. High post it goes to Talfa. Talfa back to the wing to Vieira. Now into the corner. And Madera, no, that's not Madera. That was Chapital. He dumps it underneath the Madera, and he puts it up and in from right underneath the basket. And we're knotted up at 5 apiece here with 4:25 to go first quarter. Lahaina tries a double team, but they penetrate, get the ball to Rundle, and he tried to go up with it, but shuffled his feet. That is a turnover. New guy on the floor from Maui High is Denzel Quinyas. And did we have somebody check in for Lahaina?
No, we had a couple guys come in from Maui High. Quinyas is in.
Marvin Sedung has checked in for Lahaina. He's got the ball. Left side it goes. Also, for Lahaina is Corpuz in there. And a shot is up and good. Alpha with the shot.
Long range two, stepped in, hit it from about 16 feet. Good looking stroke for the big man.
7-5, Lahaina on top. Maui High wants to call a timeout. Sabres trail by 2, 7-5 to Lahaina. 3:57 to go here in the opening quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more MIL basketball after this.
You're listening to MIL basketball on Maui, ESPN.
Maui High inbounds the ball as we get back to live action. It goes down along the baseline. Putting up a shot is Fonseca. Daniel Fonseca, a three from on the right side corner.
And that's Fonseca's game. He plays kind of that power forward position, will step inside, but he loves the long range ball, and he's not afraid to hoist it.
8-7 is those Sabres back out on top now. Madera with the ball for Lahaina. He'll hand it off to Corpuz. Corpuz will back away from the defense. Maui High in a 2-3 zone. Lahaina works it into Talfa. Talfa spins around his man, lays it up and in. Nice power move that time. And now we got Sedone coming up with a steal after the ball was inbounded. And it's Lahaina ball once again, and they lead 9-8. 3:08 left here in the first quarter. Chapital way out on the right side. Dumps it down to Madera. Out to Corpuz. Corpuz will take a step to his left. Puts up a shot. Will not go. Talfa with the rebound. Muscles up a shot. It rolls off the rim. Will not go, but he will go to the line to shoot two as he was fouled in the act of shooting. And that one's going to go against Maui High. A.J. Bagoyo, who just checked into the ballgame. And Talfa from the foul line, his first shot is up and good.
Talfa already with 6 of the 10 points for the Lunas, a name you'll probably recognize from football season. He is a force inside. Right now, Maui High has no answer for him.
And he knocks them both down from the line. 11-8. Lahaina with the lead. Maui High with the ball. They get it to Rundle. He kicks it onto the left side, putting up the shot from long range as Bagoyo missed though. And Lahaina comes up with the rebound. Chapital quickly down the floor. Gets it to Sedone. Back up on top to Chapital to Corpuz. Corpuz at the point, picks up his dribble. Finds Talfa at the high post. They'll go to Sedone on the left side. Quickly over to Talfa. He'll drive inside. Kicks it out on the right side to Chapital. His long two will not go. But there's Madera with a garbage bucket. Weak side rebound, puts it up and in. And now we're going to have a bump foul in the backcourt. And that's going to go against Lahaina's Marvin Sedong.
And credit Penny Talfa again on that last basket. It was Madera who benefited, but Talfa was blocked out by his man, and instead of going over the back trying to secure the rebound himself, just reached around his defender and tipped it right over to Madera on the opposite block for the easy layup. Penny Talfa right now is just absolutely dominating inside.
Nichols back on the floor now for Maui High. With the ball is Quinyas. Quinyas guarded closely, and we got a 5-second violation. Good defense on that time by Marvin Sedong.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it in the pregame. That's Sedong's game. Not necessarily a high-point scorer or anything like that. As Cyrus Kama will check in for the first time. We talked about he and Sedan both coming off the bench tonight. But Sedan will get up in your face, play excellent defense, and he's quick enough where he doesn't have to put his hands on you. You know, in the day and age where all those ticky-tack balls outside are a point of emphasis, he's good enough to stay in front of you without using his hands.
Chapatal, 15-footer on the way from the left side. Missed it, though. Comes up short. He struggled with his shot as of late.
Yeah, he really has. We saw him turn it up in the first bowling meeting, really trying to get to the basket. You'd love to see him do a little bit more of that.
But Cruz now on the floor from Maui High, and he has to track down a long pass out on the left side wing. And as he grabbed the pass, he was bumped by Joshua Corpuz. And so the foul against Corpuz. Each team now with 3 team fouls. Ball's inbounded by Maui High. Sabres get it to Quinus. Quinus goes high post, and that is Corzie with it. And then they go inside.
Nichols that time getting on the board.
Nichols, the recipient of the pass, will turn around. Shot was good, and now at the other end, the ball got away from Lahaina Luna, and it goes out of bounds. And so Maui High will benefit from the turnover and bring it back the other way. Quinus will be guarded closely in the backcourt by Sedong. Gets around him, brings it across midcourt, kicks it to the left elbow, kicks it out on the wing to McLeod. McLeod goes one way, comes back the other way, spins, kicks it into the left side wing to Quinus, and it is Denzel Quinus knocking down a 3.
Big time shot from Quinus. Both he and Valan went out with concussions the last time these two played. This might be Quinus' first game back from that. Good to see him knocking down the long-range shot.
Chapatal took it to the hole from the left side, pump fake, got his man in the air, went up for an easy bucket, and so Josh Chapatal with 2, and that makes it 15-13 now. Lahaina Luna out on top. And at the other end of the floor, we're going to have a foul against Lahaina Luna, and it's going to go against Chapatal.
It's his first, and we talked about just 2 possessions ago where he settled for the long-range 2. Talked about maybe he'd want to change his mind and get to the bucket. He did just that right there, got the easy 2.
And a shot is blocked, but the loose ball comes down into the hands of Nichols underneath the basket. Boy, that went all which way, but right for the Maui High Sabres. They tie it up now as we come into the last 30 seconds of this first quarter. Chapatal working around his man, takes him to the free throw line, stops, pops, comes up short. Ball's tipped out though. With it is Corpuz. Now they hand it off to Sedan, and the Lunas will work for one last shot. Again, we're tied at 15 with 10 seconds remaining. Gets a screen up on top. Sedan needs to do something with it here. He's got 5 seconds to work with. Lost the handle on the ball, gives it to Chapatal. Chapatal with a runner, and it is a miss as the buzzer sounds, ending our first quarter of play. All tied up at 15 at the end of 1 here at the Maui High School Gymnasium. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this on Maui's ESPN Radio.
We go the extra mile. We're here to help you reach some goals. We want to help you reach your goals. Let us help to get you there. Maui County Federal Credit Union, we care.
You're listening to MIL Basketball on Maui ESPN.
And we go back to live action, start of our second quarter of play. All tied 15 apiece here. Maui High and Lahaina Luna. Luna's with the ball. Corpuz gets it to Chapatal, left side, quickly inside to Kama. Now they work it up on top. Now quickly into Kama again, but he'll pass it out to the right side wing. A missed shot, but Chapatal's putback will not go either. And a couple of missed opportunities there for Lahaina Luna. Vieira missing from outside, and then Chapatal not able to finish. And at the other end, we've got a pass inside. Della Cruz trying to get it to Nichols, and a hard pass from only about 4 feet away, Jordan. That's pretty hard for anybody to grab.
Yeah, that time Dela Cruz drove into the middle of the key. Didn't really have an idea of what he wanted to do. Probably should have just gone up and took the shot from about 8 feet. Was in good position. Instead, tried to feed it down to Nichols, and the bullet pass went right out of bounds.
Alpha finds Kama inside, but he traveled. No, a push from behind is the call. So we got a foul against Maui High. And that one is going to go against Brazil, I believe. And it is. Jake Frazee with the foul. Not a shooting situation, so the Lunas will have to inbound to get it underneath the Kama. Kama spins one way, go back the other. Missed the shot, though. Nichols with the rebound. Sabres want to run. McLeod takes it to the free throw line. Now out to the right side wing. Had the ball stripped away, but got it back. Gets it to Frazee. Pump fakes, tries to go inside. Back out to McLeod. He's not bad. Oh, he'll fire up the shot and misses, though. And the rebound comes off to Frazee. Now they get it down inside. Ball knocked loose. And Nichols finally comes up with it. And then they'll pass up on top to Joshua Valoria, who's in the game for the first time. He's guarded closely by Vieira. Vieira's all over him. That's an easy call to make on the foul on Nick Vieira. Trying to go for the steal and trying to go through the guy to get it.
A quick update from up at Kamehameha. A little bit of a surprising score in the latter part of the first quarter. 3:06 to play, 9-8 Kamehameha. It's basically Aaron Lindsay versus Teva Eldridge. Lindsay with 8 points. Eldridge with all 8 for Baltimore. Wow, 9-8 our score there. Warriors with the lead.
And we'll keep getting updates, so we'll pass those scores along to you. Into the game now for Maui High, Nathan DeGuayo. And for Lahaina Luna, they check in Renzo Corpuz. Both teams going deep on the benches here in this game, as it is played at a pretty quick pace. Frazee with the ball from Maui High. Puts the ball on the floor, tried to pass off, got it over to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz gives it up, goes to Valoria. Valoria, and a pass inside, threads the needle, but then the ball is taken away by Cyrus Kama. And here comes Lahaina Luna. Nichols, Vieira way out on the right side wing. Now passes it up to Chapital. They leave him open, but he won't take the shot. Now to Corpuz and to Kama inside. Back up on top to Chapital. They go high post to Alpha. Alpha to Chapital. He'll work his way inside. Puts up a shot against Nichols. Up and over. Missed it though. But there to clean it up and put it down was Kenny Alpha.
And that's the kind of player he is. He's all effort. He's more than good enough to get his own bucket should they give him in on the post, but we've seen about half of his 9 points come on just hustle plays. That one on the rebound putback.
Valoria driving into the paint, and as he was ready to pass off, a foul. I believe that one goes against Corpuz. It is Renzo Corpuz picking up the foul. And more substitutions. Back in the ballgame, Denzel Quinus for Maui High. They get the ball to Quinus. Now to Guayo, and now back to Quinus, and he fires up another 3 and nails it. That's his second of the ballgame. And Lahaina Luna coming back the other way, now trailing 18-7 to Maui High. Chapital with it as we hit the 5:30 mark, second quarter. Vieira on the left wing. Bounce pass goes into Talpa. Out to Kama to the left elbow. Back to Vieira in the corner. Talpa calling for it, but they don't get it to him. So they go back to the other side on the right wing to Corpuz. Corpuz up on top of Vieira. They go high post to Cyrus Kama. Kama looks inside and goes to Corpuz. Right side corner. Shot on the way. No good. Rebound comes off to Talpa though. And they'll set up their half-court offense once again. Quick pass back goes back inside to Talpa, and he is held on the play. And that one's going to go against Tristan Nichols.
And so a second foul for the big center for
Maui High. Nichols with 2 fouls. 5 team fouls on Maui High. Now they're going to say it's not a shooting situation, and so Lahaina Luna will be inbound. And also now checking in the ballgame, Daniel Fonseca as Nichols is going to go out, and Madera checks back in for Lahaina Luna. He's been out for a while.
Yeah, Maui High is sitting in a 2-3 zone. It kind of falls into a 1-1-3 or a 1-3-1, and Nichols is all alone at the back end. And anytime Talpa's been able to get that penetrating pass, he's been able to get the better of that one-on-one matchup. Maybe Coach Lloyd can get Maui High into a situation if we get a palming violation against Chapital, but get Maui High into a defense where Nichols is not so exposed on the back end. Give him a little help defensively because he's so valuable to this Sabre program.
18-17, Maui High with the lead. They have the ball. Quinus across midcourt with it. Takes in the paint, takes it off to the left side. With the ball is DeGuayo. Now they go up with a shot, and he gets it to go off the rim and then fell back through.
It almost looked like it went off the suspension tape It came back down kind of almost immediately. Tough to see, though. They got that wire hanging out over the rim.
And down at the other end, though, Madera misses a shot. And Talpa, trying to come up with the rebound, went over the back and is hauled for a foul.
The 17th foul as well against Lahaina, so that'll put Maui High at the line 1-1.
4:18 remaining here in the second quarter. 20-17. Maui High on top, and going to the line is Kai Rundle. Rundle at the line, ready to go. And he'll put up the first shot, no good. Fight for the rebound, the ball's knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Sabres. And so it'll go back over to Lahaina. And they trail by 3. At the point now is Sedon for the Lahaina Looners. Tama getting ready to check back in at the next dead ball. Sedon looking over to the sideline, looking for the coach to help him out here. They'll run their play. Corpuz with it, drops it down to Madera. He'll force his way inside, missed the shot, got his rebound, came down with it, and Frazee knocks it away. And then Talpa came up with it. He's going to be called for traveling. He tried to pass off. The ball got knocked away a little bit, and it got caught between his legs, and he was a little bit off balance and walked with it. Looked like kind of a playground game there a little bit, trying to hold the ball between his knees.
Yeah, got a little helter-skelter there. Maui High so far has done a good enough job offensively to kind of offset the interior dominance of Talpa and Madera. And the Lunas inside guys have done their part in missing a few chippies that may be able to help them in front here. They trail by 3. Maui High has hit 4 threes already in the game. Really the difference so far. It's been the inside play of the Lunas and the long-range bombing of Maui High.
Just wild. Double teamed before half court and lost the ball. Coming around now is Sedon with it. Dropped it down inside to Madera. Up on top to Vieira. Quick pass inside intended for Cyrus Kama is knocked away. And goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Lahaina. Lahaina trying to hit their big guys down along the baseline. Ball's inbound. It's Vieira with it. Quickly up on top to Corpuz. Corpuz back left side. It goes to Vieira. Looking for Kama inside. Can't get it to him. Work around to the right side to Marvin Sedon. And now we have a whistle. And I think the ball hit the baseline, but it was knocked away by Quenya. And that's going to allow Maui High to sub in a couple of guys. B.J. Vallon and Janelle Mateo come back in. And for Lahaina, it is Joshua Corpuz checking in, and going out is Renzo Corpuz. Lahaina set to inbound. They get it to Vieira. Vieira will stop and put up a 15-footer. It's no good. And on the rebound, we've got Cyrus Kama coming over the back. He got the rebound, and they're going to say he got part of somebody from Maui High.
I think it was Fonseca who was blocking him out, him or Rundle.
3:21 remaining here before halftime, and it is going to be Rundle to go to the line. Shooting the front end of a 1-and-1. 18 fouls now on Lahaina. Rundle was here a moment ago and was unable to cash in on the front end. Let's see what he does here. Missed it again, and the rebound off to Lahaina as Madera yanks it down. Madera to Corpuz up across midcourt. Corpuz takes it to the top of the circle, stops his dribble, gives it to Vieira. Back over to Corpuz, right side wing now. Up on top it goes to Sedon. Sedon's pass knocked away, but tracked down by Vieira. He'll pass it over to Corpuz. Bounce pass goes down along the baseline to Madera. Tried to work his way in, but a double team stops that, and the ball's knocked away from him. It goes out of bounds, and they'll stay with Lahaina. Under 3 minutes to go here before the half. 20-17, Maui High on top. Lahaina inbounds to Vieira. He comes up shooting from the corner. No good. Madera's there for another offensive rebound, and he puts it up and in for 2. And he draws Lahaina to within 1, 20-19. And now Vieira almost comes up with a steal, ended up knocking the ball out of bounds. During the other night against Baldwin, we saw Madera come up with numerous big offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Kama and Talpa, the three-headed monster down inside, so good at body position. We've seen him get called a couple times here early on for, fouls chasing offensive rebounds, but they're so good at getting offensive rebounds and getting bonus points for that Lunas offense.
Quenya gives it up, Mateo with it. Now they'll work it out to DJ Valon. Valon picks up his dribble, needs help, passes it over to Mateo. There's 3 guards just playing catch with it way out near midcourt. Valon with the ball, looks for help, finally goes inside. Quinius behind the back pass, goes to Frazee. Pump fakes, goes up at the shot, will not go. Missed it from point-blank range. And here comes Lahaina Luna back the other way. Corpus in the paint, dumps it down underneath for Kama. And Kama goes up strong and puts Lahaina Luna back on top now. 21-20 as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter.
A huge swing right there for Z with a good look inside, misses it. Kama right down the other end for the easy 4-point swing right there, and the Lunas find themselves on top.
And right now, we got a foul called against Lahaina Luna. Vieira called for the foul. And Jordan, I watch this Lahaina Luna team playing right now. They're playing the style of the girls basketball team. They're trying to double team everything.
Yeah, you got 3 of your quicker guards out there, and Josh Corpus, Nick Vieira, and then Sedan, and they're as good as anybody around the league at pressuring the ball. That time Vieira getting a little overzealous.
Valon missing though on the front end of a 1-and-1.
3 misses on the front end of 1-and-1s for Maui High.
19 fouls against the Sabres. Madera puts up a shot, blocked though by Fonseca. Daniel Fonseca goes high to knock that one away. And here comes Maui High back on their end of the floor, the minute 25 before halftime. Mateo gives it up at the high post to Frazee. Frazee works off a screen by Fonseca, gives it to Fonseca. He'll fire up a 3 on the way. Too hard off the back of the rim. Long rebound to Madera. He hands it off to Sedan. Sedan quickly up the floor. Takes it to the baseline. Tried to dribble along the baseline. Lost it. And it goes out of bounds. And it'll belong to Maui High. Chapital checking back in for Lahaina Luna with a minute 6 to go. And coming in for Maui High for the first time tonight, Justin Danforth. And both McLeod's also checking back in for the Sabres. A minute 6 to go, 21-20, Lahaina Luna.
Quick update from off at Kamehameha. Into the first quarter, Bears lead it over the Warriors 17-11. Teva Eldridge with 13 of the 17 for Baldwin. Aaron Lindsay with 8 of the 11 for Kamehameha Mountain. 2 guys with some impressive individual numbers.
Yeah, no doubt. Here our score is 21-20. Maui High with it. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Check that. That is Valon. Valon gives it up to McLeod. McLeod back to Valon in the left corner for Maui High. They'll dribble it up on top, gives to McLeod. Guarded closely by Chapital. McLeod tries to spin away from him. Hands it off to Quinius now. Chapital stays with him defensively. 35 seconds to go before the end of the half. Quinius looking for an area to penetrate. We've got a 5-second violation. If anything, these guards from Maui High are a little too in love with the dribble. They'd love to see maybe the big guys from Maui High flash to the high post, relieve some pressure. And it doesn't need to be a penetrating pass, especially when you're trying to work the clock down. Just come out, relieve the guards of the 5-second count, and have the guard come back, get it, and you can run that all over again and work the clock down. But so far, it's basically been left up to the Maui High guards to break this pressure by themselves. 18 seconds remaining. Lunas go high post to Kama. Hands it off to Chapital. We're back out near midcourt. 10 seconds remaining. Chapital takes it to the right wing. Down to the baseline. Kicks the pass off to Sedan. Sedan drives inside. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called against Maui High. And that one goes against McLeod. Not a shooting situation, though. That's only the 16th foul against Maui High. They had 1 to give. So with 3.3, Lunas will inbound. They get it to Chapital. Fires up a shot. It is good from with his foot on the line. Josh Chapital knocks down the shot to make it Lahaina Luna 23, Maui High 20, as we have come to the end of our second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll recap this first half for you. We'll bring you up to speed on what's going on up at Kamehameha. And we'll have all that when we return here to the Maui High School Gymnasium. Again, Lahaina Luna 23, Maui High 20. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, I'm Matt Miola, Pro Surfer from Maui.
Our score at half, Lahaina Luna, the visiting Lunas, on top of Maui High. The other game going on this evening, first place Baldwin taking on last place Kamehameha, but it's been a much tighter game than I think a lot of people expected. The Warriors hanging with Baldwin, 26-17 at the half. Baldwin kind of couldn't get any more than a possession or 2 advantage really in that first half, but they've upped it to 6 at the break. And the other big news out of that one, Teva Eldridge with 20 points, 20 of the 26 For Baldwin in the first half, he's outscored Kamehameha by himself.
That's a big point. So it's 26-17, right? You said
26-17.
9-point advantage for Baldwin at the half.
Yeah, 9-point advantage, not a 6-point advantage. It was kind of hovered between 3 and 6, and then they upped it to 9 there late in the second quarter.
And our score here is 23-20. Lahaina Luna on top of Maui High. Teams back out on the floor, ready to get our second half underway. And we will keep you posted on that Baldwin Warriors score throughout this second half. So for the Maui High Sabres, they're going to be inbounding here. Janelle Mateo will trigger it in. He'll hand it off to Quinius, and he almost lost the handle on it. Fierro right there to bird dog him. But Quinius is able to control his dribble, brings it back into the attacking zone. And we're just underway here in the third quarter, 23-20. Lahaina Luna with the lead. With the ball from Seca, takes it to Quinius on the baseline. Got past his man, Vieira, and took it all the way to the hole, right along the baseline, put it up and in, and it's a one-point ball game. Back at the other end, Chapital with it, gives it up to Vieira. Vieira over to Corpuz, but way away from the basket. They'll go high post to Madera, back to Corpuz. Corpuz won't take the shot. Now they lob it inside to Talpa. Talpa tried to spin in on his man, got cut off. Vieira has it. He fires up a long three, and on the miss, Chapital comes up with the rebound. And we got a reach-in foul against Quinius for Maui High. First team foul against the Sabres here in the half. They trail by 1. Chapital has it inbounded, gets it to Vieira, go back to Chapital, right side, bounce pass, goes into Talpa. Talpa feels his way to the basket, but can't hit the shot. Nichols goes up and yanks down the rebound for Maui High. They want to run. They go to Mateo. Mateo along the left baseline, reverse layup up and in. Oh, nice play that time to drive along the baseline, go all the way under, and flip it back up and in off the glass. Just like you taught him when you coached him in, Division 3 or 4 in MYBL back in the day?
Yeah, so a couple of guys down there, BJ Valon, Josh Deloria, as Maui High comes up with another steal. So Lahaina Luna a little sloppy, not quite executing as well as they were in the first half in their first couple of possessions here in the third quarter.
Mateo with the ball, picks up his dribble, gets it to Nichols. Nichols puts it up off the glass. It rolls off, will not go. And Rundle's putback will not fall. And then the ball got tipped out of bounds. It'll belong to Maui High at their end of the floor. They lead by 1, 24-23. Now we're going to hold things up here momentarily. Now we're ready to go, says the striped-shirted gentleman. Pass is lobbed over towards Fonseca, and it got knocked away, but a foul against Lahaina Luna. And who'd they call that one on, Jordan?
That one goes against Madera. This is his first.
Okay. So now they'll inbound on the sideline. Fonseca will trigger it. Gets it to Nichols. Nichols has Talpa fall over his back. Tough play for Talpa. And he was going to be called for the foul. His third personal. And immediately Cyrus Tama up off the bench for Lahaina Luna. First Talpa wasn't going to come out. Now he is going to come out. I think Tama was supposed to come in for Vieira originally when he was sent to the scorer's table, but they had to shift that around when Talpa picked up that third foul.
And if Talpa could just pick his spot, all his fouls basically have come on hustle plays. He's trying to go after rebounds, trying to go after loose balls. And that's part of what makes him so special as a player, so effective. But sometimes you kind of almost want to back off of a couple, just sort of pick your spots, realize that it's maybe a little less than 50-50 and keep yourself out of foul trouble.
Quinius to Fonseca, way up on top though. Pass goes inside to Nichols, kicks it out on the sideline to Mateo. He's knocked down a three. Good ball movement that time by Maui High, and they have opened up a 4-point lead. I believe that is their biggest lead of the ball game.
And it is 7-0 run to start the third quarter here for the Sabres.
Chapital with it, up on top to Corpuz. Corpuz, now they go into Tama. Tama from the free throw line won't take the shot. They work it on in the left wing to Corpuz, back to Tama, to Vieira. Quickly it goes inside to Madera. Madera off to Chapital. He fires up a long shot, too hard off the back of the rim. And a rebound to Maui High, and then they're going to throw it away. Quinius tried to catch it from going out of bounds and throw it off of one of the Luna players, but he was out of bounds himself.
And Mateo just got a little too overzealous that time. The break wasn't on, tried to make something that wasn't there.
Japet's with the ball, right side wing. Up on top, it goes to Corpus, over to Vieira. They look inside to go high post to Madera. His pass away, got knocked loose. But Luna grabs the loose rock, and then they give it to Vieira. He puts up a three, will not go. And on the rebound try, it is Kai Rundle coming down with it from Maui High. Ahead to Fonseca. Fonseca off the glass with an off-balance shot. It's no good, but Rundle hustling down the floor comes up with the rebound. He puts it up and in, and Maui High has opened up a lead 29-23 with 4:54 to go, third quarter. Lahaina calling timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll be back right after this.
From border to border, from sea to shining sea, more than 61,000 ordinary American citizens are serving their...
Back to live action here on the campus of Maui High School. Sabres with 9 unanswered points now. They've opened up a 29-23 point lead. And finally, Lahaina gets on the board. They go inside to Cyrus Kama. And Kama gets 2 from right underneath. First point of the third quarter, and it comes with about 4.5 to go. Laurier on the floor now for Maui High at one of the guard spots. He's got it, takes it to the right elbow, puts up the shot and drops it through. Got a man all over him, Jordan, but he's still got that one to go.
Yeah, the tough shot from Laurier. Not the biggest guy either that can elevate and get his shot off. Kind of has to angle his body right.
Corpus with it, and he's going to be called for a travel. Lahaina running kind of a weave out on top, and when Corpus got a little stutter step before trying to take it down the lane, called for the turnover there with the travel. Now checking in from Maui High is that DJ Ballon back in, and Bacleat coming in, Marcus Bacleat. They basically have 3 guards, their center, and their forward. Nichols will inbound. Lahaina showing some pressure here in the backcourt. Marvin Sedan on the floor now for Lahaina. Burt dogging Belong down. Now they go underneath the Nichols. Nichols puts up the shot, but he was fouled on the play. Kama coming across his arm. And so Cyrus Kama picking up the foul. 31-25, Maui High with the lead. Kristen Nichols going to the line to shoot 2.
(11-2) run for Maui High to open this second half.
Shot is up from the foul line. Too hard, no good.
We're just 5 points total in the second quarter. They really found their offense really spearheaded by Mateo.
Shot on the way. That one is up and good. Nichols gets 1 of 2, and it's 32-25. Sabres with the lead. Sedan fires up a 3. Too hard off the back of the rim. Long rebound comes down to Maui High's Dela Cruz. Now Dela Cruz takes it along the baseline from the right side. We're going to have a offensive foul, I believe. Wait for the official word here. Yep, number 23, that is Dela Cruz. They got him on a player possession foul.
And we've seen Maui High really with the green light to shoot from 3, and Dela Cruz was wide open in the corner, decided to drive the baseline. He got himself in trouble. That's the second time we've really seen him drive in the key with not a real good idea of what he's wanting to do. Probably would have been better off just hoisting one from long range that time or picking it back out, resetting the offense.
3:42 to go, third quarter. Sabres by 7, 32-25. Jake Frazee checking in for Maui High, and Kai Rundle will come out.
Baldwin now extending their lead to 16, 34-18. Eldridge with 22
over the Warriors in the game of country. And here's a steal by Maui High. They go to head to Dela Cruz, and he has it ripped away from him by Sedan just as he wanted to go up for a layup. Good hustle by Sedan to prevent an easy bucket from Maui High. The Cleat will inbound for Maui High. They get it to Frazee. Up on top it comes. Back to Bacleek, left side, throws up a shot way off line though. And here comes Lahaina back the other way, and they're throwing a wild pass up against the wall at the far end of the gym. Not sure what they saw on that one.
Yeah, closest guy to that pass was Glenn Pasquale, the Lahaina Luna photographer. Who's at every Lahaina Luna event or Lahaina Menehune game. Dedicated fan, but Lahaina Luna a little helter-skelter offensively.
Valon brought it down the floor, gave it up to Dela Cruz. He tried to put up about an 8-footer along the baseline and got hacked from behind. So a foul called on Josh Chapatal. His second personal foul, and that puts Jomar Dela Cruz at the foul line. Missed the first. Just imagine if Maui High had converted on the front end of those 1-and-1s in the second quarter.
We got some blood, perhaps, on Dela Cruz's jersey.
A little bit, maybe. For the trainer, Chris Pugdilao is going to have to check him out and see what the source of that is.
And Maui High missed all 3 of their 1-and-1 opportunities on the front end, so left 6 points really on the floor.
From the foul line, the shot is up, and it is good by Fonseca.
So he was the beneficiary of that. He's got to come in, shoot Dela Cruz's second free throw, maybe a break for Maui High.
There's a pass to the right corner, and it is Chapatal, and he eyes down a 3. Stared it down, knocked it down, got a big bucket for Lahaina Luna. They needed that one in big time. Nichols off to Valon. Valon stops and pops. 10-footer on the way, in and out, no good. And coming down the rebound is Chapatal for Lahaina Luna. 33-28. Sabres on top. Saddam with the ball left side. Goes down along the baseline. Ryan Madera, 15-footer on the way, and that is good. And another big bucket, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point ball game, 33-30. And Maui High wants the timeout. 2:22 to go, 33-30. Lahaina Luna working their way back in this one. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry. And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
We're back with you here at the Maui High School Gymnasium. Barry and Jordan Helly bringing you our MIL coverage. Maui High and Lahaina Luna in a good one. 33-30. Sabres on top with 2:22 to go, third quarter. Lots of action left here in this one.
Both of these teams very evenly matched. And somehow kind of find a way to reel each other back in anytime one of them seems to get a little momentum going.
Quenas gives it up to Frazee way up on top for Maui High. Frazee tries to take it down the lane. And we're going to have a holding foul called against Ryan Madera of Lahaina Luna. Madera with the defense that time.
It's his second personal foul. 15 foul already against Lahaina Luna here in the second half.
Mateo triggers it into Quenas. Quenas picked up by Saddam. And a pass inside, not a good pass, taken away easily by Lahaina Luna to get it ahead to Vieira. He puts up a shot that is blocked. And here comes Maui High back the other way. Mateo takes it in the paint, tried to alley-oop it up for Fonseca. He wasn't ready for that.
Not only was he not ready for it, there were 2 Lunas in between him and the ball.
Not sure what.
No idea what Mateo saw there.
He thought he was out at the playground at Kalalui Elementary with that play. Lahaina Luna with the ball. Madera with it, way out on the left wing. Kicks it up on top to Saddam. Saddam hands it off to Chapatal, and they'll reload the offense. Madera, left side wing again to Saddam. Saddam at the free throw line, drives inside, dumps it under Kama, and that's an easy bucket. Good penetration in the dish that time by Saddam. The setup, Kama with the easy 2.
It was a great dribble drive by Saddam. Drew Nichols out from under the basket, and Maui High failed to rotate over, left Nichols out to dry on the rotation. Easy bucket for Kama.
Now another bad shot taken by Maui High. Lahaina Luna coming back the other way. And Chapatal is going to be fouled on the play.
Well, against Fonseca, his first.
Yeah, only his first. Checking in again for Maui High is Rundle. And now Dela Cruz is going to come in. Oh, no, check that. That's DeGuayo. Nathan DeGuayo coming in for the Sabres. Frazee's going to get a breather here with 1:04 to go in the third quarter. 1-point ball game now, 33-32. Maui High with the lead. Chapatal set to inbound. Gets it to Madero. He'll hand it right off to Chapatal. He'll want to try to set up their offense here. Working against Mateo. Big height advantage. Takes him inside a little bit. Stops, pops. Missed the shot. And Kama was there for a rebound. And his putback will not go, but he was fouled on the play. Kai Rundle got him on the arm.
The last couple of possessions, Lahaina Luna able to get it back inside, kind of their bread and butter. Reestablish themselves in the post.
Kama going to the line. He can tie with one, take the lead with two, but he misses the first. Ball took a tour of the rim. B.J. Vallon back into the ball game now for Maui High. And Mateo goes out. 33-32. Sabres on top, but Cyrus Kama at the foul line. Official making a couple of guys tuck in their shirts here between foul shots. Kama's next shot is up. Got that one. We're tied at 33 with under a minute to go in the third quarter. Vallon into the attacking zone. Gives it up to DeGuayo. DeGuayo tried to spin away from his man and then finally gets it over to Quinus. Quinus had it knocked away by Sedone. Just kicks it away from him. Here comes Lahaina Luna back the other way. And Cyrus Kama takes it to the hole and slams it home. And he's fouled on the play, I believe. Did they call foul?
They did.
He got it.
And he gets a little bit of a clap from the guy who fouled him, Denzel Quinus. That was an absolute emphatic flush by Cyrus Kama. Got the Lahaina Luna bench up and on their feet. The Lahaina Luna faithful.
Goes and knocks down the three. Got the three-point play, the flush, and the bonus.
Gives them the lead as well. That's one way to put your team back out in front.
A good defensive play by Sedone to get the ball in. A nice finish by Kama. And now almost another steal with the ball knocked out of bounds. 26 and a half seconds to go before the end of the third quarter. Luna's by three now. Ball's inbounded to Rundle. Rundle passes it off to Quinus. Back up on top to let's see, that is B.J. Vallon. Vallon drives inside, hangs in the air, puts up a shot against the trees, got it knocked away, and here comes Lahaina Luna back the other way. Sedone brings it across midcourt with 8 seconds to go. Gets the screen, stops, pops for three, on the way, no good. And that one comes up short and goes out of bounds. And the clock stops with 1.4 seconds left. Maui High has time here to at least get a good grab and shoot. They will get it to Vallon, and he'll just hang on to it. He won't even attempt the shot. And so we come to the end of the third quarter with Lahaina Luna and a big comeback in that quarter, now leading 36-33. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more MIL basketball for you right after these messages on Maui's ESPN Radio.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. I go to school with your children and find your local food bank for ways to help. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me, quietly struggling with hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and Ad Council.
You're listening to MIL Basketball on Maui's ESPN.
Lahaina Luna in control of the ball here as we start our fourth quarter. They take a shot inside that is no good. Tristan Nichols with the rebound, and now we got a foul in the backcourt. Nick Vieira bird dogging his man a little too close.
Third foul on Vieira as we enter the fourth quarter here. Ending of the third quarter, just a minute or so left. Baldwin up 20 over Kamehameha up country.
36-33 is our score here. Lahaina Luna on top. Mateo across midcourt with it for the Sabres. Lobs it into the corner right side to Quinus. He'll drive the baseline, then cross-court pass goes to DeGuayo. His shot on the way in and out just wouldn't stay down. And the rebound comes off to Lahaina Luna. Chapital with it in the backcourt. DeGuayo right with him as it comes across midcourt. Brings it all the way down, hangs in there, puts up a shot, partially blocked, but Kama's there with the rebound, and he puts it up and in. Cyrus Kama coming up big for Lahaina Luna, Jordan, here in the second half.
Yeah, 10 points in the second half, had 8 in the third quarter, 12 on the game. He was really the guy that sparked their little mini comeback in the third quarter.
The Sabres find Quinus along the baseline. He puts up a long shot, no good. Long rebound comes out to Mateo. He knifes his way through traffic, a little weave through the congestion, and he lays it up and in for 2. And it's a 3-point lead for Lahaina-Luna, 38-35. Luna's with the ball. Taken away, though. The ball's loose on the floor. Bodies are crashing to the hard court, and it's going to belong to Maui High as we have a foul going against.
That'll put Maui High into the bonus as well. 1-1, 17 foul against Lahaina-Luna. So Maui High will be shooting free throws for basically the last 6:43 here. Vast majority of this fourth quarter, they've been hot and cold at the free throw line.
Third personal foul on Josh Chapitol. And it's going to be Quinius going to the free throw line. Aguayo's going to come out, and Baclique comes in for Maui High.
It was the 1-and-1 free throw opportunities that Maui High failed to capitalize on as Talfa comes back in. First time we've seen him in a while.
Madera's going to get a breather with Talfa coming in. Now we got all of the personnel set, and they give the ball to Quinius at the foul line. Front end of 1-and-1. Off the glass, up and in. A little kiss off the window. And I don't think that's what he had in mind, but he'll take it. Next shot is up. All net. Got them both. And we have ourselves a 1-point ball game. 38-37, 6:40 to go. With the ball is Marvin Sedone. Off to Vieira on the left side. Takama along the baseline. Dumps it down underneath. Talfa puts up the shot. Got it to go. Will they count it? Count the bucket, they say. And a foul goes against Kristen Nichols. And so going to the line will be Talfa. That is the 16th foul on Maui High.
The third foul against Nichols. Now they'll change it. It was Baclique that was the guy that was closest to him. So they do change it.
Okay.
Looks to be Baclique's foul from the beginning. Maybe Nichols will late over the top, but the foul is against Baclique.
Talfa gets the free throw. Makes it 41-37. Lahaina-Luna on top. Mateo brings it across midcourt for Maui High. Picked up by Vieira. Picks up his dribble, passes it off, and Cyrus Kama almost came up with a steal. They get it to Quinius. Wide open three on the way. Up and over the rim, no good. And a weak side rebound by Vieira. And he tried an outlet pass into a spot where nobody was. And he throws it out of bounds. As soon as he let go of that ball, he knew that was a mistake. B.J. Vallon checking back into the ball game now for Maui High, and Quinius going out. Mateo will trigger it and gets it to Vallon. Vallon immediately picked up by Sidon. Vallon with the ball way up on top, dribbling around. Takes it to the right side, comes back the other way to Mateo. Mateo to the right elbow, spin moves, hangs in the air, puts up a shot, no good. And we've got a foul called against Lahaina-Luna. And that one's going to go against Cyrus Kama, the big boy, trying to come over and contest that shot. And that's going to put Janelle Mateo to the line to shoot two. Third foul against Kama. Shot is up, no good, off the side of the rim. Fonseca comes in for Maui High, and Corpuz, I believe it is. Yeah, Joshua Corpuz comes in for Lahaina-Luna. 41-37, Luna's on top by 4. Mateo at the free throw line. One shot coming here. It's on its way. Off the rim, no good. And the ball knocked around. Finally, Nichols controlling, gets it over to Mateo for Maui High. Back inside to go to Nichols. To Baclique. Baclique gives it off to Vallon. Long shot on the way, and he knocks down a three.
Net kind of went up and over the rim. Quick stoppage in play, but B.J. Vallon, a second chance opportunity. That's the perspiration on the floor as well. Like the Bob, the athletic director from Maui High.
He does it all, doesn't he?
Coming out to, boy, I thought that sweat. And he does.
Good guy. Always very helpful to us. We really appreciate what he does here on behalf of Maui High. 5:41 to go in the fourth quarter. 41-40. Lahaina-Luna by one. They've got the ball. Marvin Sedon bringing it up the floor. Janelle Mateo stays right with him. Gets across midcourt. Picks up his dribble. Needs help. Gets it to Corpuz. So back over to Sedon. Sedon to Chapitol. Chapitol will back away from his man. Out near midcourt. Needs to do something with it, drives it, gives it up to Sedone. Sedone, bounce pass goes underneath the Talfa. Talfa goes up strong, but a travel on the play. Little anxious that time, knew what he wanted to do. The upper body knew what he wanted to do, but the feet got a little extra early start.
Yeah, I think Talfa was expecting some contact as well after his pump fake, but it was a good job by Maui High staying on their feet, avoiding the foul.
Mateo gives it up. Ballon with it, way out on the right side wing, pass down on the side into Mateo, goes up against the trees, dumps it off for Nichols. Nichols off the glass and in. And Maui High has come back to reclaim the lead as we go under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. 42-41. And now we've got Lahaina Luna wanting a timeout. Coach John Dudley says, I need to talk to the boys. 42-41, Sabres on top. 4:51 remaining in the ball game. We'll take a break ourselves. We'll be back after these messages on Maui ESPN Radio.
Catch your views together.
Team reels them back in. Nobody really getting anywhere more than 5-7 points ahead.
Lunas get it inside as we get back to live action to Penny Talfa, and he is fouled as he received that pass. And so that's going to put Talfa at the line, shooting the front end of a 1-and-1. And they put it up as against Tristan Nichols. And they're saying that's only his third foul.
Yeah, they did change the other one. Remember, to go Cleave.
It was the right call. And so at the line, Talfa hits the first. Quinus comes in and Bakleek goes out for Maui High between free throws. All tied at 42. Lahaina Luna can reclaim the lead, and they do as Talfa gets them both.
Penny Talfa with 14 points on the night, 6 of 7 at the free throw line. The big guy with a nice touch.
Lunas by 1, 43-42. Quinus with it. Lost the handle, grabs the loose ball though again, looking for help. Finally gets it off to Ballon. Ballon guarded by Sedone. They go high post to Fonseca. Pump fakes down, stops, pops, 8-footer on the way, off the mark, no good. Rebound try is no good, but Nichols is there. His shot won't go. Fonseca with a tip, it won't go. Finally, Nichols with the inside position, able to grab it and put it down.
Sabres had about 5 attempts on that possession alone.
44-43, home team Sabres back out on top. Sedone with a 3 on the way, 2 off the rim, no good. And Ballon, BJ Ballon with the rebound. He wants to run. And he'll wisely hold up though. And he looks for help, gets it to Quinus. Quinus at the top, looks over at Coach Lloyd. He'll call out the play. So give it up to Mateo. Mateo double teamed out near midcourt, almost lost the handle on it, gets it to Quinus. He did lose it. It's on the floor loose. Nichols comes up with the loose ball. Now they go to Quinus. Quinus out to Ballon. Ballon back over to Mateo. And now we're going to have an official timeout. We need to wipe up some perspiration on the floor. For a couple of guys who were scrambling for that loose ball a moment ago. 44-43, Maui High with a 1-point lead.
But a frenetic possession for Maui High. It's going to continue after this quick stoppage to wipe up the perspiration. Coach Lloyd Leverett, I think maybe was hard up in his throat the entire time. Sabres almost threw it away 2 or 3 times. Were able to come up with a few lucky bounces, a good hustle play by Nichols to grab one of the loose balls. And with 3:33 in a 1-point game, it's going to come down to who takes better care of the ball and probably some free throw shooting.
Now we've got a timeout call, so we'll take a quick break ourselves. 44-43, Sabres by 1, 3:33 to go in the game, and we'll be back after this message.
Since 1941, ordinary American citizens have been serving their communities nationwide as a member of the Civil Air Patrol, the official auxiliary of the United States Air Force. Answering the call to volunteer nationwide with 1,500 squadrons across 52 wings and our pilots flying more than 112,000 hours annually. And you can answer the call after fall on Maui's ESPN.
And the Maui High Sabres set to inbound it here as we get back to live action. They get it into BJ Ballon. Lahaina Luna staying in a man-to-man defense here. And the pass to the high post knocked away. It's Kama on a breakaway. Kama takes it and lays it up, and we're going to have an offensive foul against Penny Talfa. Trying to set a screen. That's a tough call. 2 guys running ahead of the guy with the ball, and now we've got a technical foul against Talfa.
That'll be his 4th and his 5th foul of the game, and he's disqualified.
Personally, I did not like the call. I mean, the 2 guys are running side by side. He just held his ground, and cleared out the space for Kama to follow through behind him for the easy layup.
The one thing to keep your eye on there, we're at a tough angle because we can't see it. We're at a hard angle. But if he veers out of his path and goes out of his way to take the defender out of the way, it's definitely a foul in that situation because of the obvious scoring opportunity. Now, if he's running straight ahead, that's definitely tough foul. Tough from our angle. Talpa went and kind of pounded the padding on the back end of the gym in frustration, which drew the technical foul. So a huge break against Lahaina Luna there.
Fonseca at the foul line shooting the technical.
Well, it'll be the first of the fouls.
Yeah.
Actually, this might be the technical because the player control.
Yeah, player control. So what do you know? Free throws. And he knocks them both down. So he knocks down both of the free throws for the technical foul and gives Maui High a 3-point lead, 46-43. Mateo will inbound as the Sabres also get possession of the ball. Boy, that was a big turnaround there, getting Talpa fouled out. And also Maui High hitting free throws and possession. Quinnius with the ball. Tries to penetrate, spins away from his man, picks up his dribble, gives it up to Mateo. 3-shot on the way, knocks it down from deep in the left corner. Huge swing right there. 7-point swing, really. And now we got Quinnius reaching out and grabbing Marvin Sedong. And so that is going to be a foul against Quinnius. And that is going to be not the double bonus yet for Lahaina Luna. So going to the free throw line will be Marvin Sedong. And with 2:56 to go, they really need to take advantage here at the free throw line. Sedong's shot is up, and it is good.
Big time free throw on the front end that time by Marvin Sedong. Temporarily stops the bleeding. Talked about that 7-point swing. 6-point possession for Maui High. A 5-point possession for Maui High on one end. Negating after the negation of the basket on the other end by Kama as Sedong hits the second free throw.
They got them both, 49-45. Full court pressure applied by Lahaina Luna. Quinnius needs to get it across midcourt, does so as he's guarded closely by Chapatol. Takes it with the left hand into the paint, tried to dump it off, and is stolen away by Sedong. He's come up with some big defensive plays. He's off and running, puts the shot up, and it will not go. But he'll go to the line to shoot two. And the foul goes against Quinnius of Maui High. Third foul. 49-45. Maui High by 4 with 2:38 to go. Sedong at the free throw line. First one is up, in and out, no good. That one pops out of there for him. He'll have one more shot coming, trying to whittle away at the Maui High lead here on the Sabres home court. Next shot is up. That one goes, and it's 49-46. Plenty of time left, 2:38 to go. Lunas again extend the defense out, but it is taken down the floor by Mateo, and then it's passed off to Valone, knocked out of bounds by Chapatol.
Yeah, that was a great job by Mateo breaking the press. Valone was a couple of steps late. He needed to be out in front, if not at least even with Mateo. He would have had himself an easy two, but he was delayed on that one. The ball getting deflected out of bounds. Poor job running the break on the back end by the Sabres.
Sabres with the ball, Valone with the ball. Left side, bounce pass goes inside to Rundle. Rundle controls, puts up the shot, no good. And the rebound comes off the line of Luna. Sedong, the little guy inside, coming up with it. Outlet pass goes to Chapatol. Quickly to the right side corner. It goes right through the hands of Ryan Madera. He was looking to see what he was going to do with it and ended up letting that ball go through his hands. Good control.
That's a break for the Lunas that time. They've done a good job in the minute or so responding after that sequence. It's all Talpa foul out.
2 minutes to go in this one. 49-46 Sabres. They have the ball. And another pass almost stolen away, but Quinnius with it for Maui High. Chapatol stays right with him, way up on top. Finally gets it to Valone. Inside pass to Nichols, stolen away. But the pass over, stolen right back by Maui High. They get it inside to Tristan Nichols. And the big boy muscles up a big shot for Maui High. They lead 5-5, 51-46. Chapatol pump fake, strides inside. Contact off the glass, got the shot to go. There's a whistle, but that's because LUNAS called timeout. No call on that contact. But LUNAS calling a quick timeout here. We'll take a break ourselves. 51-48. Sabres by 3 with 1:29 to go. We'll be right back. A minute 29 to go in this one. 3-point lead for Maui High, 51-48. They'll go the length of the floor here. Now we got a foul in the backcourt. No, it's a sideline violation against Maui High as Luna was going with a full court pressure, and it causes a turnover. So Saddam will inbound for Luna. Will trigger it in up on top to Madera. Madera looks for his guard, back over to him on the left wing. Back to Madera. Madera pump fakes, backs away from Nichols, won't take the shot, looking for help, comes up on top to Chappaqua. Luna trailing by 3, hitting the 112 mark now. And here's a roller in the paint, put up, no good. Kama had it momentarily, but it's finally loose, and now Luna comes up with the ball. Quickly underneath to Kama, shot off the glass, will not go. And now we got a whistle. And let's see what we're going to call here. The official's holding up play. Looks like, I believe it'll be a foul against Vieira. Vieira committing the foul in the backcourt, and it is Nick Vieira. That's his 4th personal. And it's going to put Kai Rundle at the line, and he'll be shooting 2 as it's double bonus time. They've got more than 10 fouls. Luna had an excellent opportunity, though, on that possession. Just could not convert near the basket. Rundle at the line, and it comes up short on his first attempt. Jake Frazee's going to check in now. And Mateo will go out for Maui High. 59.8 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A 3-point lead for Maui High. Kai Rundle at the line, shooting one here, and it's in and out, no good. Ball tipped around, though. Finally controlled by Lahainaluna. Nick Vieira. Vieira wants to run. Vieira quickly up the floor. Lahainaluna's got lots of time here. They get it to Madera, and he tries to go down the lane, tried to put up the shot. It couldn't get the shot going, but that's because he was fouled. And so Madera will go to the line shooting 2 with 50 seconds remaining. Follows on Rundle, his second. Big free throws here from Madera. We saw him hit huge ones against Baldwin. And he'll come back in the final minute. He can do it here. And the foul line, his shot is up, nothing but net. Mateo checking back in for Maui High here. He comes out. 51-49. Madera can make it a 1-point ball game. There was 2 Ryan Madera free throws, followed by a defensive stop and a drop Chappaqua bucket to limit against Baldwin earlier this season. He was looking to strike twice. Madera misses the shot, comes outside for the rebound, puts it up and in, and we're tied at 51. A huge offensive rebound by Cyrus Kama. We've got timeout taken on the floor. We'll stay right here. 44.8 seconds remaining. And Jordan, there's been some big plays in this one, but none bigger than that one right there by Cyrus Kama on the mid-free throw. 12 points for Kama now on the evening. Here we go. Nichols will inbound. Lionella's going to stretch out their defense, token defense in the backcourt. Of course, it was B.J. Balon with a big 3 in the game against KK Kaliki to win it at the buzzer earlier this year. We've had all kinds of great finishes. Balon with the ball, gets it up to Mateo. He's double teamed out here mid-court. Finally gets it to Balon. 30 seconds remaining. Quinnius back over to Mateo. Mateo will start to penetrate, takes it inside, gives it to Nichols along the baseline as well. His pass is knocked away, and Vieira calls a timeout. Nichols tried to pass through a couple of defenders and got it taken away. 21.5 seconds remaining. And Lahainaluna trying to steal one here on the floor of Maui High's gymnasium. All tied at 51. And the Lunas will be coming back the other way following that timeout. Yeah, tough situation. You're in there 40 seconds or so. Maui High with the ball. You're almost playing keep away for about half of that, down to about 15 seconds before you really want to take a look at the basket. Maui High was probably their best 3-ball handlers out there at the time with Mateo, Balon, and Cunha.
But it was when Luna pressured their defense a little bit, got it to Nichols in the corner. The big man wasn't sure. He was open for a shot, thought about it, knew he probably should have pulled it out, and that allowed the Luna defenders to get up in his face, caused the deflection, and Pierre coming up with a loose ball. A tough break from Maui High. Credit Luna's defense, though, that time for making it very difficult for them. They could have easily backed off and played for the last shot. Now they'll get an opportunity to win this regulation.
Luna will be inbounding here, and who do you see them going to for this possibly game-winning shot?
We've seen him in this situation before. Go to shot the call, getting the ball, going towards the basket. They'll put it in his hands to bring it across half court.
Here we go. Luna with the ball. Chapel picked up by Frazee. 13 seconds remaining. And we got a holding foul. Chapel kind of pump fake a little bit, little stutter step. Got Frazee to commit the foul, and that's going to put him at the line to shoot two.
And that's a situation where if you're Frazee, with such little time on the clock, you may want to just give him a step that far from the basket. Don't even give the referee an option to blow his whistle.
Yeah, that foul came 35 feet from the basket. Meaningless foul other than it puts Chapel at the line, and he knocks down the first one to give Luna the lead now, 52-51. Boy, that was a tough foul to commit. Chapel at the line, one more shot coming. Shot is up, and it is good. 2-point lead for Luna with 10 seconds remaining. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disasters need most.
Want to help those affected by Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines? To donate, visit philippinesrelief.adcouncil.org. That's philippinesrelief.adcouncil.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You're listening to MIL Basketball on Maui, ESPN.
We're back here with you at the Maui High School Gymnasium, where we have 10.7 seconds left in the ball game, or in regulation, if you will. And it's Luna hanging on to a 2-point lead, 53-51. Maui High will have the ball, Jordan, and they're going to have to go the length of the floor with it here again in this final 10.7 seconds. We talked about a game earlier this year on this very floor with B.J. Holon, a right wing with a three-pointer to beat Kinke Galike. He's not even on the floor for this possession. It'll be Quinez, Mateo in the backcourt. Nichols will trigger in. Fonseca, the sharpshooter, and Rumble as well out there. Luna extending to about three-quarter court, kind of maybe play a little token defense, slow them down a little bit. But you got to imagine it's Quinez or Mateo going towards the basket. Nichols ready to inbound. Gets it over to check that Mateo with it to Quinez. 5 seconds left. They go to the high post to Fonseca. Fonseca puts up a really shot, and we're going to overtime. Daniel Fonseca, little baby hook shot from about 6 feet out, and he got nothing but net with that one. And we come to the end of regulation, tied at 53.
I believe we're going to have them call the clock expiring. Coach Dudley tried to call a timeout. There was about a second and a half left as that ball went through the net. And they're going to say before the timeout was called, the clock expired. So we're going to have 4 minutes of extra basketball here.
Yeah, I think Coach Dudley's right, though. I think it should have been about a second and a half left on the clock, but they say no, not the case. 53 is the score for both teams, all knotted up. And we're going to head to overtime here at the Maui High School Gymnasium. And while we have overtime, any updates on the Baldwin Kamehameha game?
Yeah, we got a final there. The Bears pulling away big time in the second half. Won that one 55-39. A big third quarter for the Bears. Really separated themselves. But give credit to Kamehameha. Kind of hung with Baldwin, ranked team in the state for about a half. So the Baldwin moves with 3 games left in the regular season on their slate, at least 2 games clear. A Maui High win here tonight would put them 3 games clear with 3 games to play, as the Lunas are 2 games back in the loss column currently.
And give credit to Maui High, too. 10 seconds left, needing a bucket. They got it with Daniel Fonseca.
It was a great executed play by them. The guards did not panic, got it into Fonseca at the high post, and let the big man go to work.
And Maui High ends up with the ball after the tip-off here to start our overtime session. Quinus with it, guarded closely by Marvin Saddam. Goes to the high post to Rundle. Rundle, quick pass inside the Nichols. Nichols goes up with a shot, can't get it, but he is fouled on the play. And that is going to be against Cyrus Kama.
It'll be his fourth foul, Kama's fourth foul. Boy, would you love to see Maui High go into Nichols just a hair more. He's so good inside with his body, his footwork, got good hands, just a sophomore.
Shot is up from the foul line. He got that one.
Big shot by Nichols.
Maui High back on top now, 54-53. Of course, you got to worry about foul situations here in overtime. The next foul shot is up too hard off the back of the rim. Kama with the rebound. So Lion Luna coming back the other way can take the lead if they can get a bucket. Saddam with the ball way up on top. Maui High in their zone defense. Lunas go to Madera, now back out to Saddam. Pump fake, strides inside, kicks it into the left corner. And now they go to Madera. It's a free throw line. Shot is up. He got it. Ryan Madera. Been quiet as of late. Comes up with a big bucket there to give Lion Luna back the lead. Now Maui High goes down the other way. They go inside the Nichols. Can't hit the shot. He comes down with the rebound. And he and I believe it's Kama get tied up. And we're going to have a jump ball situation. They check the possession arrow, and it will belong to Lahaina Luna.
Those are two big athletic dudes going up and corralling that loose ball. They kind of got tangled up, lost their balance. Definitely a jump ball on that one. Two guys come down. Good to see them stand up and walk away. Kind of indicative of the way the overtime game went out in Lahaina in the last round. Both of these teams kind of were stagnant for the first 2 minutes or so of that overtime. There was a Saddam steal and the layup that really broke that one open. Maui High ended up getting outscored, I think, 10-0 in that overtime. They lead this one, though. I mean, they're down by just one here with plenty of time left in this overtime period.
55-54, Lahaina Luna inbounds now. They had to wipe up some perspiration, so slight delay. Saddam with it, started closely by Mateo. Mateo bumps him in the backcourt, and that is going to put Marvin Saddam at the foul line to shoot two. And another Maui High foul coming way away from the basket.
Mateo's second foul.
And so Saddam, he's had a pretty good night at the free throw line.
He has 4 for 4. All his points coming at the line, all in the fourth quarter.
Shot is up, nothing but net.
All 4 of those free throws came basically immediately after the big sequence with Taufa fouling out.
2-point lead for Lahaina Luna. 56-54. 3:09 left here now. The first overtime. Next shot is up. That one's good. And it's going to leave. Quinion will walk it up the floor. And with now, Jordan, that's where the all over him. Out. Lock it out. So a simple way out to near midcourt to Marvin Saddam.
Great hustle play by Ryan Madera. At worst, Lion Luna is going to be able to burn some more time off of this clock.
Vieira with it. Vieira takes it to the free throw line, takes it inside, goes high, goes strong, and he comes down awkwardly, but he was fouled on the play. And I think he picked up a cramp as he landed. And that foul against Maui High, and I think it's Ty Rundle who picked up the foul. That's his third. And Vieira stretching out the leg, he's up now. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Nice job that time by Vieira, Jordan, seeing an opening and taking it down the paint, probably figuring he's going to get fouled at worst.
Yeah, what you like most about it is, as you said, he surveyed the situation and made up his mind that he was going to go to the rack and he was going to go hard. That really put the onus on the defenders from Maui High to beat him to the spot. They didn't. He drew the foul and he's going to the line for two.
57-54. Lahaina Luna with the lead. 2:14 remaining here in overtime. Shot is up by Vieira. Round the rim and out. No good.
The cramping in his leg, that shot was kind of all upper body. He didn't really get any knee bend at all. Flat on the arm.
DeGuayo in from Maui High now. Let's see what Vieira can do here. I think they'd like to have him make it and sub him out. Shot is up. It's good. And he is going to sub out. And coming in his place is going to be Joshua Corpuz. More importantly, he has given the Lahaina Lunas a 4-point lead, 58-54. Nichols will inbound. He'll be the trigger man along the baseline. Ball's inbound to B.J. Valance. Coming up on that 2-minute mark here in the overtime period. Valance across midcourt. Working against the Lahaina Lunas. Corpuz gets around him. Picks up his dribble. Gives it to Mateo. Mateo looking. Takes it inside. Kicks it to the baseline. DeGuayo shot on the way. That's off the rim. No, it's bounced back in the air. And that was good for 3. And it's 58-57.
The hometown bounce, the soft rims at Maui High Gymnasium. That was a little long, kissed it off the glass on the rebound.
Sedone goes inside, missed a shot though. Kama can't finish it on a rebound putback. And here comes Maui High, and they got a chance to take the lead now with 1:28 to go. 58-57, Lahaina Luna. Milan out near midcourt, guarded by Marvin Sedone. He takes him to the right side, gives it up on top now to Nichols. Nichols to Mateo. Mateo goes to the baseline, puts the shot in from the left side, and Maui High's back out on top now by 1, 59-58. And we've got a timeout taken by Coach Dudley of Lahaina Luna. 1:07 remaining here in the overtime period, and Maui High on top by 1, 59-58. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. The public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of
Basketball on Maui, ESPN.
Well, the folks who came into the Maui High School Gymnasium here tonight have got their money's worth. Maui High leading Lahaina Luna in overtime, 59-58 with 1:07 to go. I think Nick Vieira is going to be checking back in here shortly for Lahaina Luna. It'll be the next opportunity before he comes back in. But Lahaina Luna trailing by 1 now. And here we go. Chapatall will inbound. Gets it to Sedone in the backcourt. Picks up as he comes across midcourt. Gives it up. And now it's Corpuz with it to Chapatall. Chapatall drives inside. Hangs in the air. Puts the shot up off the glass. No good. Nichols inside. The big boy coming up with a rebound. Sabres with the ball and with the lead by 1. 49 seconds and counting down. Belong gets it across midcourt. Gives it up to Fonseca. They spread out the offense. Now Maui High calls timeout. And we'll keep it right here. We've got 40 seconds left in overtime. 59-58. Maui High with the lead over Lahaina Luna. And Jordan, how long do you let Lahaina Luna, how long would Lahaina Luna let Maui High work time off the clock before they go to the foul?
I think it could work at least 10, 15 seconds off the clock to try to go for the steal. That would maybe somewhere between 25 and 30 seconds, which is plenty of time to foul, send them to the free throw line. At worst, you're going to have 20, 25 seconds to work yourself. You can even work it down a little farther if you want. Around 20 seconds, that's plenty of time for you to get something good, a good look on the offensive end, whether it's a 3 or a 2. If you do get a 2, that should leave you 10 seconds or so if you're going to need to foul on the back end. I think you also want to play matchups to see who Maui High gets it into. You may get it to a guy you want to foul even though it's right off the bat. If you think you want to play the odds, I think Maui High wants the ball in the hands of a guy like Fonseca, although he's subbed out right now. They bring back in Bucklig and Rundle. We see Fonseca be probably their most trustworthy free throw shooter.
They get the ball inbounded. Maui High with it. And now he almost had a steal, but they get the ball to Mateo, and he is fouled by Sedone with 32 seconds left.
So Coach Dudley opting, they let about 8 seconds come off the clock that time. And as soon as Mateo got it back, way away from the basket, they opt to foul here. So it'll be a free throw contest down the stretch. Maui High has missed their share.
Janelle Mateo at the line, shooting 2. First one is up. He got it. So it's a 2-point lead for Maui High. Daniel Fonseca coming back into the ball game, but Fleet will go out. 32.4.
Mateo now with 10 points all in the second half.
32.4 seconds remaining. 60-58. Maui High on top. Mateo's next shot is up. That's too hard. No good. Kama with the rebound. And he needs help, and a steal up by Mateo almost as he knocked the ball out of bounds. 28 seconds to go. Now Maui High will just drop back defensively, and they will let Lahaina Luna bring the ball up the floor uncontested.
And I believe the Lunas have 1 timeout remaining should they want to use it.
All they need is a 2 to tie. Chapital with it. Chapital on the right wing. Gives it up. Vieira with it. Now to Madera. Madera will drive inside. Kicks it out to the wing. Goes to Chapital. Now back inside. They go to Madera. Muscles up a shot. Partially blocked. Kama comes up with it. And he is fouled trying to put it up. And so 7.9 seconds to go. Cyrus Kama going to the line. And Lahaina Luna needs them to hit them both.
Credit Nick Vieira. He had an open look from range. Saw Madera was open under the basket. Got it to him. Maui High rotated well. Deflected the shot, but Kama was free on the weak side for the putback on the foul. Big free throw make on the front end here.
Cyrus Kama, calm, cool, and collected. Steps up to the line and knocked that important first one down. He can tie the game up with 7.9 left in overtime. Shot is up, it's good, and we are tied at 60. And now Lahaina Luna is going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break ourselves. 7.9 remaining here in overtime, tied at 60. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry. And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RED, recording artists, actors... Service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RED, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ed Fund.
You're listening to MIL Basketball on Maui, ESPN.
Once again here to the Maui High School Gymnasium, where we are tied at 60 with 7.9 seconds left here in our first overtime.
We've seen some guys step up big time. Kama in the second half. Mateo from Maui High in the second half. Last time we were in this situation, Maui High went to Fonseca. He's out again on the offensive end. It'll be Rondo McLeod. Nichols to inbound, working with Milan and Mateo in the backcourt.
They get it to Mateo. Mateo quickly across midcourt. Mateo stops, hanging a roller in the paint. Goes to Nichols off the glass. Got the shot! Nichols with the rebound. Puts it up and in as time expires. The Sabres missed the first one, but Lahaina Luna did not box out, and Nichols, the young sophomore, comes up with the rebound and about a 4-foot shot off the glass to allow Maui High to win this one, 62-60.
What a finish to this ball game. Fonseca at the end of regulation with a huge shot. Overtime, we saw Kama with 2 clutch free throws. Negating that, though, Mateo with the drive. And I think Lahaina Luna relaxed just a little bit, thinking that would be the final play of the overtime period. Nichols did not. He went and got the rebound, collected itself, and put it off the glass for the 2 and the game winner. What a game.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk about this game and what's coming up the rest of the week right here on Maui's ESPN Radio.
I'm in the car next to you on the highway, heading to work. I sit in front of you on the bus. I work in the office down the hall and stand next to you in the elevator. We've known each other for years, and I've told you a lot about my life. But of all the things you know about me, here's one you don't. I'm one out of every 6 Americans, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Tonight's MIL basketball broadcast was sponsored by Maui County FCU, 76 Hawaii, Takamiya Market, Lawn Equipment, Uptown Food Mart and Car Wash, Tasty Crust, Maui Toyota, and Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
Wow, what a finish here at the Maui High School Gymnasium. Lahaina Luna and Maui High going to overtime, and it was Tristan Nichols with a bank shot off the glass off of a Janelle Mateo miss, and that ball went through the hoop with about a second left in overtime to allow Maui High to come away with the victory, 62-60. And Jordan, a big victory for Maui High as we go into this third and final round of the regular season.
Yeah, boy, some big-time performances there in the second half. Nichols with 9 points in fourth quarter and overtime for 16 on the game. He was joint top scorer with Cyrus Kama of Lahaina Luna. Valiant effort in the second half by Kama in a losing effort. He had 16. Janelle Mateo with 10 for the Sabres in the second half. All for totaling for all of his points in the game. A huge win for Maui High. It's a big result for King Kekalike as well. They vault into second place with a 5-4 overall record. Lahaina Luna needs to make up a game against King Kekalike, so they're one game behind everybody in terms of total games. They're at 4-4 now, a half game behind King Kekalike, which brings up a huge game on Saturday that you'll be bringing to everybody on the airwaves. Lahaina Luna hosting King Kekalike for second place. Maui High remains just a game behind in the loss column behind those two guys. They moved to 4-5 on the season. They're very much in the thick of things. It's going to come down to the last week and a half of the regular season to determine 2 through 4 basically in the standings.
Yeah, really. It's going to be exciting, no doubt about it. And you mentioned Lahaina Luna will be taking on King Kekalike Saturday night. We'll be there to bring folks that one. The game time 7 o'clock, and that one's at the Civic, right? They move that one to the Civic too.
I do believe that's the schedule I got, says the Civic. All right. That's where I'm showing up to.
Okay, I'll be there with you. That about wraps it up for us here. The final score, 62-60. Maui High with the victory in overtime against Lahaina Luna. Any final comments before we send it on home?
Now, just a great high school basketball game. Pretty evenly matched between these two teams. Neither of them really wrestled control, even at the very end. If we were to play 20 more minutes, we'd probably end up with a score within 2 or 3 points of each other. Maui High with the last shot in the last possession. Great win for the Sabres.
Tonight's MIL basketball broadcast was sponsored by Maui County FCU, 76 Hawaii, Takamiya Market, Lawn Equipment, Uptown Food Mart and Car Wash, Tasty Crust, Maui Toyota.
Whenever. Okay. We just saw a dramatic overtime win for Maui High, snapping a 4-game losing streak in MIL play. The Sabres have been close all year. They started 3-1 in the first round, lost all 4 of their second round games. Big win tonight over Lahaina Luna, 62-60 in overtime, and really tightens up the second place race and kind of clears the way for Baldwin. 3 teams within 1 game of each other. Lahaina Luna is 4-4. Maui High now 4-5, and King Kekalike Idle tonight is 5-4. A real race for second place in MIL Division I.